Let's take a look at this. We got y is equal to 8 arc sine of x over 4 minus 1/2 x, and then I'm going to rewrite the square root. I put the 1/2 out in front just so we wouldn't worry about the number. X times 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 power. Now the derivative. We're going to have 8. Now the derivative of arc sine is going to be 1 over the square root of 1 minus, and then x over 4 squared times the derivative. This is the chain rule applied to arc sine, times the derivative of x over 4 minus 1/2. Now this is going to be the product rule. We got something times something else. So this is p and this is q. I need p prime. The derivative of x is 1. I also need q prime. And the derivative of, this is a chain rule. The derivative of this becomes 1/2. Take your power, put it out in front. What's inside your parentheses remains as is. Lower your power by 1 times the derivative of what's inside the parentheses. So that's going to give us 1/2. 16 minus x squared, 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. And the derivative of 16 is 0. That drops away. The derivative of negative x squared is negative 2x. Now these 2's are going to cancel, and I'm left with the negative x up on top, and this negative 1/2 power take down below. So it becomes 16 minus x squared to the positive 1/2. Okay. That's nice. I didn't leave enough room. So here that's 1/2 times, and this is going to be p prime q plus p q prime, product rule. So p prime was 1 times q, which is 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 power, plus p is x, times q prime, which is negative x over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2. Okay, well the 8 I'll put up on top here. The derivative of x over 4 is 1/4. And then the square root of 1 minus, I square the x and square the 4, so I got x squared over 16 minus 1/2. And I'll rewrite this as 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 over 1. Positive times a negative is negative, and x times x is x squared over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2. Now I put that over 1 because I know I'm going to combine those two together. Okay. 8 times 1/4 is 2. And the 1 I can rewrite as 1 over 1 minus x squared over 16 minus 1/2. We won't get a common denominator. And since this denominator is 1, our common denominator has to be the other one. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by that. So I got 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 times 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 over 1 times 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 minus x squared over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2. Now we need to get a common denominator, which would be 16. So I'll multiply top and bottom by 16 here. So we get 16 over 16 minus x squared over 16 minus 1/2. 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 times 16 minus x squared to the 1/2. You add the exponents. 1/2 plus 1/2. And that gives us 2/2 over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 minus x squared over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2. Well, here we have 2, and I'll merge those into a single fraction. So we got 16 minus x squared over 16, since they have the same denominator. Now here, I'm not going to combine these together. They got the same denominator, and this is 2 over 2, which is 1, so that basically drops away. So we're going to have 16 minus x squared over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 power. Okay, then we got 2, and since we have a fraction inside of a radical, I can split it up. I can put a square root on top, and I'll put a square root on the bottom. Minus 1/2 16 minus 2x squared over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2. This gives us 2 over square root of 16 minus x squared, and square root of 16 is 4, minus 1/2, and I can factor a 2 out of the top part here, and that gives us 8 minus x squared over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2. Now over here, we got a single fraction down here, so I can flip it and multiply it times my top part. So 2 times 4 over square root of 16 minus x squared. This 2 cancels this 2, so then we got a minus 8 minus x squared over 16 minus x squared to the 1/2. Now 16 minus x squared to the 1/2 is the same as the square root of 16 minus x squared. So we'll get to that in a minute. 2 times 4 is 8. And I'll leave that in radical form. Minus 8 minus x squared over the square root of 16 minus x squared. I'll put them in the same form there. Now we got a common denominator, so now I can combine the top parts. This minus is going to flip the sign of everything up on top. So we're going to have 8 minus 8 plus x squared over the square root of 16 minus x squared. 8 minus 8 cancels. We got x squared over the square root of 16 minus x squared. Maybe. Let's see if I'm right. That looks promising. Of course, I had to use a lot more steps than they did. I'm not as smart, I guess. But that would be our answer.